Hello students, once again I welcome you all in this video related with the chapter Coal and Petroleum. In the previous video we have completed the topic formation of petroleum and how we can obtain various useful products from crude oil or petroleum with the help of a process that is known as fractional distillation. Today we are going to discuss one more fossil fuel that is present in the gaseous form, and this is known as what? Natural gas. With natural gas we will also discuss the last topic of this chapter, the consequences of extensive use of these fossil fuels, what will be happen in future if we are going to use the fossil fuels without thinking and without proper management. So we will also try to solve few exercises that are given in the book. So let's start today's topic. The first one, that is what? Natural gas. So as the whole chapter is based on the fossil fuel, it means what? Natural gas is also a fossil fuel, and it is composed of light hydrocarbons and mainly of methane. So this natural gas many of the time is obtained from the above surface of petroleum reservoir, because when the petroleum is going to form, some of the volatile gases or the hydrocarbon compounds, they are going to just come upside over the petroleum surface and they are stored there in the form of gas that is known as natural gas. And sometimes this reservoir of natural gas is also obtained alone, not along with the petroleum. So this is what? Fossil fuel made up of light hydrocarbons, especially of methane, and this is used as an ideal fuel Why it is considered as ideal fuel? Because when we consider about fuel, it is a substance that is going to provide us energy in the form of heat and light, and that is going to cause less smoke. So that fuel is considered as the good fuel. And when we consider about the natural gas, it is what? Smokeless. It burns without giving smoke. It is having high calorific value. Calorific value means what? The amount of energy, because we are going to measure them in calorie, heat, amount of energy. So it is providing us high calorific value without having smoke, and it does not produce ash. That's why it is considered as what? It is considered as what? Ideal fuel. When we talk about the usage of natural gas, so it is used as domestic as well as industrial fuel. Then this natural gas is also used for the production of hydrogen gas. Why? Because it is made up of hydrocarbons, and when we are going to provide heat at high temperature, so the carbon and hydrogen atoms are going to separate there from the molecules. So it is also used in the production of hydrogen. This natural gas is also used in the manufacture of a substance that is known as what? Carbon black. Actually, it is used in making the rubber very strength, powerful, and perhaps you have seen the tires and tubes which are used in the automobiles. So that is what the usage of natural gas. We can use it in the form of domestic or industrial fuel. It is used for the production of hydrogen. It is also used for the production of carbon black, which is used in the automobiles for making tires and tubes. And it is ideal fuel. It burns without providing smoke and ash, and it is having high calorific value, means providing a lot of energy in the form of heat. Now, this natural gas, since it is a gas and you know the property of gases that they can be compressed. So when natural gas is compressed, that is known as what? Compressed natural gas, or it is also known as what? CNG. Since it is present in the gaseous form, so its molecules can be compressed highly, and when it is compressed highly, that natural gas is known as what? Compressed natural gas, and it is used as the clean fuel, because it also, as it is, its tendency is there that it is going to not release smoke after burning. So this fuel, compressed natural gas, is used as a clean fuel in our automobiles, and perhaps you have seen in your surrounding that government is trying to release more and more automobiles, means vehicles, which can run on CNG, compressed natural gas. Now we will discuss what will be the consequences of using these fossil fuels extensively without thinking what can be done or what will happen in future. So consequences of extensive use of fossil fuels. So consequence means what? Result. Extensively without thinking means we are going to use more and more, not giving the priority or not giving the proper management. And fossil fuels, you know, these fossil fuels which are exhaustible resources that are present with us. So first of all, what will happen if we are going to use fossil fuels extensively? It means what? They are going to end up, they may exhaust very soon, because their deposits are limited, they are not present in abundant amount, so they are going to finish one day, and this will create what? Energy crisis. Next, when we talk about the consequences of fossil fuels, as their distribution is not limited all over the world, because they are formed from the prehistoric plants and organisms which got buried deep inside the earth. So their distribution is not uniformly throughout the world. Few of the countries are having what? The rich deposits of these natural or fossil fuels. So there may be a war in the future if these fossil fuels are going to end up, and each and every country will need these fossil fuels for the supply of energy. So there may be also a region of world war in future amongst the countries to use all the available resources of fossil fuels. Next consequences, when we talk about these, that you know, whenever petrol or diesel, these such type of automobiles, or when we are going to burn coal, they are going to produce a lot of smoke there, and a gas that is known as carbon dioxide. carbon dioxide, CO2, and carbon monoxide when these substances are going to burn in insufficient oxygen or air, and these are responsible for greenhouse effect. Greenhouse effect. Actually, what is greenhouse effect? You know that our earth is surrounded by a layer of air that is known as atmosphere, and in atmosphere, if the amount of carbon dioxide and such type of gases are going to become more, they are going to trap all the heat, radiated heat from the earth which is coming from the sun, so that it's going to increase finally the temperature of earth, which is also considered as what? Greenhouse effect. Finally, it is going to cause global warming, and this global warming is going to melt the glaciers, and so the coastal areas may submerge in the future time. So this is also a drawback. One more type of pollutant that is released by the burning of these fossil fuels, that is what? Oxides of sulfur and nitrogen. Whenever automobiles are going to burn these fossil fuel, petrol and diesel, they are going to release oxides of sulfur and nitrogen in the atmosphere, and these oxides of sulfur and nitrogen are going to react with the raindrops, precipitation, and they come back, fall down on the earth's surface in a form that is known as acid rain. Perhaps you are having an idea about acid rain, that this is very harmful for not only plants and animals but for monuments and the non-living things also which are present in our surrounding. So these will be the consequences of extensive use of fossil fuel. So we must have a proper management of how to use fossil fuels. So to protect these fossil fuels, because they are not present in the abundant amount, we must use some non-conventional sources of energy. Like you are aware about, nowadays we are trying to use solar energy and we can replace all these things. Perhaps you are also aware about the automobiles which can be run with the help of solar energy. So these are what we are trying to use, more and more non-conventional sources of energy, so that the fossil fuels can be protected and their use can be limited, so that the pollution cannot be caused, and these situations, greenhouse effect or global warming or acid rain, can be prevented. We can also save these fuels. Perhaps you are also observing the guidelines and suggestions which are released by our government, that whenever we are going to travel with the automobiles and there is a red signal, then at that time we have to switch off the engine of automobile so that we can protect these fossil fuels, and we will use the moderate speed during the travel, so that the use of fossil fuels we can use them in a less amount, and we can protect them for the future use also. So now that was all from the chapter. Now we will solve few exercises which are given in the chapter, and then after we will try to finish the last one, that exercises, and we will start the new topic. So let's start the exercises that are given in your chapter. And the first exercise in your chapter, that is given in the form of oral questions on page number 83. It is asking you, name two exhaustible natural resources. So perhaps you all are having an idea that the chapter name coal and petroleum, both of them are what? Exhaustible natural resources, because they are present in limited amount, and if we are going to use them in such a manner without thinking extensively, so they may exhaust within 50 or 100 years. So the exercise that is given on page number 83, you can open your book and you can see there the first question. Name 2 exhaustible natural resources. So here you can write what? Coal and petroleum. Coal and petroleum, and this is given on what? Page number 83. Now the next question, it is asking in your book, name any 3 fossil fuels. So 3 fossil fuel you can write, you can give the name, coal and petroleum and natural gas. Coal, petroleum and natural gas. These are what? 3 fossil fuels that we are utilizing in our day-to-day life in the form of fuel. Now the next question, where are most minerals found? So minerals are present where? In the earth's crust, in the upper surface of earth, where from we are going to fetch them, obtain them. So minerals are present where? In earth's crust. This is the answer of third question that is given in on page number 83 exercise. Now number 4, which one of the following types of coal has the lowest percentage of carbon in it? And the options are given what? Bituminous, anthracite and lignite. So you are having a knowledge when we are arranging them in the ascending order of carbon content, then the first position will be occupied by peat, then second lignite, third bituminous, and finally what will come? Anthracite. Means anthracite is having the most content of carbon, most amount of content of carbon. So here only 3 are given, that is what? Bituminous, anthracite and lignite, and your answer will be what? Lignite is having the least carbon content out of given these 3. Now last one, number 5, a variety of coal contains 38% carbon, 19% volatile substances and 43% moisture. Name the variety. So you are having the idea that whenever we are going to consider about the variety of coal, peat is having a variety of coal which is having least amount of carbon content, less than 40%. So here your answer will be what? Peat. So these are what? 5 questions and answers which are given on page number 83. Now on page number 86, one more exercise is given there on page number 86. Name the 2 products obtained when coal is heated strongly in the absence of air. When coal is heated in the absence of air, this process is known as what? Yes, this process is known as destructive distillation, and now this exercise is given what? On page number 86. So the first question on this page, it is asking you have to provide 2 products name which are obtained after the destructive distillation of coal, and coke, coal tar and coal gas along with the ammonical liquor. These 4 products are obtained after the destructive distillation of coal, but it is asking only 2, so you have to mention any 2. You can write any 2 of the products which are obtained after the destructive distillation of coal. Now the second question, it is asking what are the constituents of coal gas? When we talk about the coal gas, perhaps you are still remembering this, that coal gas is mainly consists of methane, hydrogen and carbon monoxide. So these are what? The main components of coal gas. So this is the second answer in the exercise which is given on page number 86. Now question number 3. A grayish black substance obtained from coal contains 98% of carbon. Name this substance. So whenever we are going to burn the coal in the presence of in the absence of air in destructive distillation, so we are obtaining what? Coke, which is normally the rich amount of carbon is present there. So this substance is what? Coke, in which the content of carbon is nearly about 98%, and it is obtained when we are going to heat the coal in the absence of air. Finally, the last one is name the black tarry material obtained from coal on strong heating in the absence of air. So you know it is what? Whenever we are going to burn destructive distillation, the last one is what? Coal. Tar is the tarry material which is obtained, means it is going to settle down at the bottom below the ammonical liquor because it is insoluble in water, and we are obtaining during the destructive distillation of coal this substance. Then on page number 90, one more exercise is given, which is having again 5 questions. So it is asking to you, where does petroleum occur? So you know petroleum occurs where? At the places deep inside the earth where ancient seas were present. So this answer is given to you in assignment in the previous video. I hope you all have done that, and you will get the answer from there, that petroleum is present deep inside the earth, which can be ranging from 100 meters to 2 to 3 kilometers down, and where ancient seas were present. So this is the first answer of the question on page number 90. Now second number, name 2 products obtained from petroleum which can be used as fuel. So you know whatever petrol, diesel, kerosene or petroleum gas or fuel oil, whatever we are obtaining from there, you can write them as a fuel. So it is asking only 2 products, so you can write there whether kerosene, petrol, petroleum gas, whatever you want to write there, you can write it. Now third question, name any 2 constituents of petroleum which are not used as fuels. So after the fractional distillation, you know we are obtaining also the residues at the bottom of the fractional distillation chamber, which is known as what? Paraffin wax, as we were discussing there, petroleum jellies, Vaseline. So these are what? These are not used as a fuel because they are used in the different forms apart from utilizing them as fuel. So paraffin wax, or you can write there petroleum jellies, or you can write there asphalt, which is used for the making or the construction of roads. So any 2 you can write there. Now it is asking write full name for CNG. So here we have read about the CNG, that it is what? Compressed natural gas, and it is what? The full form of CNG. Now finally the last question, name the combustible gas present in natural gas. So this is what, when we talk about the natural gas, you know natural gas is a combination of mainly methane, which is what? The combustible gas. So that was all for today, all the exercises, and we will solve the main exercises in the next video. So till then we are going to meet in next video. Take care of yourself, be safe and keep studying.